Good day to everyone. I'd like to thank everyone for attending this IT ExitStrategy web conference. I know everyone's time is valuable, so we're going to strive to provide comprehensive information, but in a concise manner. Along with the attendees seeking information regarding what IT ExitStrategy can do for you and your existing IT business, we have a special guest who has kindly agreed to join us today. Jonathan is a former IT services company owner. A number of years ago, when a professional opportunity presented itself outside of IT, he turned to IT ExitStrategy to assist him in exiting the IT industry. He can provide some additional details regarding that professional transition and why he selected IT ExitStrategy to assist him with that process. So let's start with a brief history of IT ExitStrategy. The impetus for the creation of IT ExitStrategy was born from witnessing the mergers and acquisitions of small accounting firms throughout the DMV region. These were and are accounting firms that members of IT ExitStrategy have been providing services to for years. What we noticed was both the purchasers and sellers were small businesses. These weren't the large, newsworthy business acquisitions and mergers that you hear about, whether on the news or on the various websites. These were small businesses. And there was one particular firm that had a numerous amount of mergers and acquisitions in a very short period of time. This particular accounting firm was one that my IT services business deals with and has been for decades. So I had a good relationship with the owner, and I asked him, and he was kind enough to sit down with me and discuss all the dynamics related to the mergers and acquisitions he had been involved in. Well, I took this information and I brought it to the meetings that the members of IT ExitStrategy would semi-regularly have. And this is before IT ExitStrategy was even a company. These were friends and colleagues that we worked together and still work together at various times. And we brainstormed during these meetings regarding all issues related to running an IT services business. And one of those issues, as you would imagine, was business growth. We always talked about the quandary in regards to providing the services and spending the necessary time to grow our business. And it's always a battle between the two. And I'm sure everyone attending this can understand the limited resources and how it's always a difficult situation in dedicating the necessary time in regards to sales and business growth in general. So one of the items we discussed was a revelation of all these accounting firm acquisitions and mergers. And it certainly caught the attention of myself and others, future members of IT ExitStrategy. And that led to discussions of what we had seen in regards to IT small businesses and their end of life. And there's always numerous reasons for any business to close up. One is retirement. They've been in long enough. They've established themselves. They've saved. They're ready to sail off into the sunset. Another career path. There's an opportunity that comes up that's very attractive, and it's going to lead them away from being an IT small business owner. I think we can all empathize with this, the exhaustion from the stress of IT. It certainly isn't the industry for those that don't have steel nerves. A full-time position. Though obviously IT services, a great deal of them can be accomplished remotely, there are times that you need boots on the ground. And that traveling around to various clients in the DMV traffic can be very tiresome. And there's a myriad of other reasons for ending an IT small business. What we saw as other IT small businesses for these companies that became end of life was a couple common denominators. One was zero compensation for the business owner that had spent all the time and energy and stress building up this company. And then they realized no compensation for all those efforts over the years. What we also saw as a combination or a common denominator, was clients scrambling for a replacement IT company. I've been on the receiving end of a number of these calls over the years where a new client has contacted me regarding a situation where their IT company is no longer, and they have a number of issues that are time sensitive and need to be resolved immediately. So, where does a small business turn to if they want to sell their business? Now, at my point in running my IT services business, I'm still in growth mode. But over the years, I've wondered at times, where would I turn if I wanted to sell my business? And obviously, there are business brokers out there. But a concern of mine in regard to business brokers is how much of a priority would my small business be? Am I going to be just being eaten up with fees? What kind of commission is involved? And again, just what kind of priority am I going to have? There are certainly, you can Google and find sites that list businesses for sales. And I've done that a couple times. But I really didn't see listings of IT small businesses off those sites. So it was still very frustrating to me when I thought about the process, and I'm not even involved or looking to sell my business. I can't imagine the frustration level for a company, a small IT services business that is actually in that state of seeking a purchaser for their business. Now, we all hear about the huge billion-dollar acquisitions and mergers and so forth. And I mean, we think about these and you see these numbers in LinkedIn, 26.2 billion, WhatsApp, 22.0 billion, Motorola, 12.5, Nokia, 7.2 billion-dollar purchases. So again, it reinforces the mindset that a small business doesn't have anywhere to turn when they're selling their business. They're convinced that selling your business is only for the big guys. But that doesn't have to be the case. But there are a number of concerns regarding selling your business. It's concern about the costs. What I mentioned earlier regarding the brokers and fees and commissions, what's involved, how much of whatever amount is agreed upon is actually going to be realized by the person or persons that put in all the effort. What's the process? Again, before I was a member of IT ExitStrategy, I had no idea what was involved in the selling or buying of a small business. Concerned about the time frame. Some situations need to be executed immediately. Others are more long-term. They're in the process. They want to be a component of the transition, which can be beneficial to both the purchaser and seller, because the clients are more likely to transition over if they see the existing business owner involved in that actual transition. It isn't required, but it certainly can help the transition in regards to the client's mindset. And that is very beneficial in any kind of transition from a one service company to another. So, who is the we in IT ExitStrategy? The we in IT ExitStrategy is a federation of other small IT services businesses. The IT ExitStrategy members have over 100 years experience of operating IT services businesses. We're just like you. We're small IT services businesses that are dealing with the same struggles, the same concerns, similar clientele. And the benefit is we offer you the ability to realize a customized income stream for the business you built over the years. You put in the effort, you put in the time, you put in the energy, and here is a manner where you can realize reoccurring revenue from all the efforts you've exerted. In addition, we provide peace of mind that your client's IT needs are met. Because listen, small business service company, we develop relationships with our clients. It isn't strictly business. When you're a small business, you usually have a point of contact that's been there forever, and you learn about their families. Your relationship exceeds just a business relationship, and you don't want to leave these people hanging. You want to ensure that they're taken care of with the transition. Certainly, you want to be compensated for what you built, but also you want to have peace of mind that your client's IT needs are met. So what's the IT exit strategy process? Here's a diagram of what we have come up with regarding our process. As I mentioned, it's a federation of IT small businesses that are interested in purchasing other IT small businesses. It's confidential and secure. Your information is not posted publicly or distributed to anyone other than IT ExitStrategy members. You connect with trustworthy IT business owners that are just like you. And this allows you to find opportunities to earn that reoccurring revenue I discussed. Learn your options. With the proper connections, you can learn what options are actually available. You are in control. These negotiations are you and the interested parties. Sell with confidence. You don't have to worry about someone working for a commission. We are not brokers. We don't purport to be brokers. All we are is a conduit between small IT service businesses owners that are looking to sell with small IT services businesses that are looking to purchase and being rewarded. We are truly seeking a mutually beneficial business transaction where the person that has built this business can be equitably compensated and the purchasing IT small business has a great opportunity to expand their business. The IT strategy didn't invent the wheel. We made it better. Going back to that conversation I had with that accounting firm owner, it really opened my eyes. Accounting firms' main income is very similar to IT business. Now, certainly with IT services, we also sell physical, logical, virtual products as well. But the main driving factor for our profitability and accounting firm profitability is service. So thus, it raises a question when a balance sheet isn't an accurate evaluation. Because, look, most likely none of us are going to have 1,000 widgets in inventory that cost $100 each that we can sit there and list on a balance sheet that we should be paid for. Heck, you know how it goes. Even with the Dells or the HPs, when you order equipment from them, you're not getting it next day. All right. These are usually 7 to 10 days out. Why? Because they're not also keeping it inventory and they're $1 billion company. All right. So as a small business, our balance sheet isn't going to be an accurate evaluation. So how do we make it equitable for both the seller and the buyer regarding this process? That's the $64,000 question, or whatever proper quantification. I asked the accounting firm business owner that very question. His answer was enlightening and provided clarity regarding how each side of this transaction is rewarded equitably. The valuation and the resulting compensation is based on the professional services revenue that is transitioned from one firm to the other. And the original business owner receives a negotiated percentage of the professional services that transition. So let's simplify. Let's say $1,000 is transitioned from one firm to another. And it's agreed upon that the original business owner would receive 20% of that amount. The original business owner would receive $200. Now, in addition to the negotiated rate is the number of years for the business owner to receive that percentage. So let's say, all right, $1,000 goes over, and let's say it's static. There's $1,000 of realized business for 5 years. And the agreement was that the original business owner would get 20% of the transition business for 5 years. That means that original business owner would get $200 a year for 5 years. So the members of IT ExitStrategy saw this as a win-win-win situation. First, the original business owner that dedicated his or herself to building that company would receive compensation and reoccurring compensation for a number of years regarding the transition business that went from his or her firm to the purchasing business. The existing small business owner who was seeking to expand his or her business just purchased the clientele from another established IT small business, allowing that purchasing company to expand their company size, expand their clientele list. In addition, the clients. This way, the existing business owner is confident that his existing clients are going to be serviced in a manner that he would feel comfortable with. So it's one less concern. It's peace of mind knowing those clients that he cares about are taken care of. Thus, the win-win-win situation. Okay, let's talk to somebody that has worked with IT ExitStrategy in a real-world experience. We're going to introduce Jonathan, and as I mentioned earlier, we're going to have this in a separate recording. It'll be available up on the website as well. This is just in consideration of time constraints people may have, but please listen to what Jonathan has to offer about his experience working with IT ExitStrategy. Again, I thank everybody for attending this webinar. I appreciate it, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. Have a great day.